I've already seen his beepee, and he's already seen my nunu. Okay?
So that, ladies and gentlemen, is a 35-year-old woman talking about a 19-year-old boy's genitals on TikTok Live. Now, where do we begin? Now, you're probably confused, as was I when I was first introduced to Ashley Trevino, because there's a lot to her. To be honest, there's a lot to her. She's kind of like an American version of Elphaba, which is why I think a lot of you were asking me to cover her. But for a long time, I was kind of putting it off because I was like, wow, there's a lot to this woman. There's a lot of lore, and I'm kind of late to it. I'm a little bit late, which, I mean, there's nothing new there. And if I'm perfectly honest, I would genuinely argue that I think Ashley Trevino is worse than Elphaba. I do. Because with Elphaba, she is a horrific lolcow who has done a lot of weird shit, but most of it is kind of just committing to her own downfall, whereas with Ashley Trevino, there are children involved, her own and the people she's kind of dating. So yeah, let's just dive into it, all right? And bear in mind, I am learning alongside you. So if you don't really know who Ashley Trevino is, today we're learning together. Fist pump, I guess. I should die. So the biggest reason that Ashley Trevino is famous is because of a really unnerving tendency to date inmates or prisoners if you're from the UK. Despite actually having 2 kids, I think one's 13 and one's 15, both of them are under 16. And like Elphaba, she is on TikTok Live 24/7. Upon researching this video, every time I would search Ashley Trevino, she would be on live. And it pretty much usually consists of her eating takeaway or talking about men or boys in her life. Although I'll give her credit where credit's due. Since filming this video, Ashley has kind of moved on from dating kind of hooligans, and she's actually started to move on to date children. So, that's not so fantastic, but small mercies. Another fact to consider is that she has basically openly said that despite her kids have never been actually taken away from her, CPS have opened like over 20 cases on her, which, look, I am not a mum. All right, I'm not an expert on childcare, but I would say if CPS have opened 20 plus cases on you, I'm going to say maybe there's some parenting 101 guide needed, or there's just some kind of reflection needed on your ability to parent. Now, I know a lot of people defend Ashley and they always say she's doing her best, she's trying her hardest, and I completely disagree, and we'll go on to why I think she's a terrible parent later on in the video. But for now, I'm going to focus on her weird previous obsession with inmates and prisoners, and now her weird obsession with still kind of people that have neglected the law, but people that have neglected the law that are too young to be dating a middle-aged woman.
I can't go. Let me make sure my restaurant is good.
So, it's an insane storyline, it's an insane arc, and I know a lot of you are probably confused, and so am I. Let me just make that clear. I feel like Ashley's all over the place, so researching this video was quite hard because there is new things about her every day. But where I basically started is the kind of Santos and Ashley Trevino storyline arc, which is basically her, a 35-year-old TikToker with teenage girl children, dating a 19-year-old man who has had many allegations made against him by his ex-girlfriend, which I'll show you later. This is her getting ready for a date with said person. Now, already, I don't think you even need to know much about the situation to have an opinion on this. If you are a mother who sees your children and occasionally has your children in your house, which is a wild statement, but previously Ashley's mum would look after the kids. Like, she never actually fully looked after the children until the age that they are now, which is really, again, I just disagree with that choice. But this is her getting ready for a date with that person. And I think if you are doing that, if you are welcoming these absolute strange men from online into your house, around your children, people that have had allegations, people that have been to prison or have had charges made against them, if you are doing that, I think you should be probably locked away. So to all the people that kind of come to defend Ashley Trevino, it's really important to remember that most women, most parents, when it comes to having children, are very, very protective and would never do anything to even dream of putting their kids in harm's way. This type of behavior alone, like dating somebody that you don't really know and bringing them over to your house and having your kids there, someone who, like I said, has had allegations made against them, is a really weird thing to do. That's just weird. But there's also other elements to it, like Santos is a 19-year-old boy. Like, I'm not defending him, I think he is equally as weird, but he is 19 years old and you are 35. And I speak about age gaps a lot on here. You already know what I'm saying. It's weird. But this is just insane, okay?
What's my type? Tall. I like guys that are tall. Like, because I'm short. So, yeah, you're right. Inmates. If your husband's an inmate, I'd probably talk to him too.
Yeah, so again, this is another part to the law. Before she was seeing Santos, she has been involved with multiple inmates, with multiple prisoners. It's like a thing for her. But not only is she into inmates, which is concerning enough, and you probably need to like have some therapy or some like, what's that thing, eye movement therapy. You probably need that. But you also probably need to realize that you have children in your life. You have kids. So not only should you be preserving your own life as much as you can, but you should be making sure that your kids are safe. I'm not saying that it is necessarily unsafe to have inmates over when your kids aren't there, because I'm assuming she doesn't bring these criminals to her house when her children are there. I'd like to think so. But even then, like, just getting involved with any dangerous or previously dangerous people is a very questionable decision, especially considering many of these people are already married but in prison, and also have committed crimes against women. You have two daughters coming of age. If this was my mother, I would divorce them. Macaulay Culkin style, I would be divorced from them.
Fuck, I can't even get walls right now, bro.
Yeah.
Stop. I got you. I told you that. I told you I got you. I got you. I got you, babe. I got you, babe. Stop. I got you. Stop.
Right, so that's Santos. For all you people wondering, not that you care, this is an insane storyline. Santos is the 19-year-old who actually apparently lied about his age. It got exposed that after he said he was 24, he wasn't 24, he was 19. Did that put Ashley off? No, it didn't. And he is crying on a live, and instead of stopping the live, she continues filming it and she kind of looks happy about it, which is a little bit weird. But if you just look at him, he looks like a child. Next to Ashley, she genuinely looks like that could be his mum. Like, what is this about? You have a kid. You have two whole ass kids in your room, and this is what you're doing. If I were your daughters, I would run away. I'd get one of those bags with like a stick attached to it, and I'd run far away. And apparently in that video he's crying because he lost everything after it was exposed that he lied about his age, and his friends didn't want to be friends with him, his family didn't want to know him, which I also would probably agree. If I was your family or your friends, I would not want to know you because this behavior is weird. Plus his ex-girlfriend, which I'll put on the screen now, has like a whole highlight dedicated to exposing him and basically making allegations that he is a SAer, which I can't speak on because I don't know the full details, but you can go and check that out for yourself. Considering she's into people that have done bad things, I wouldn't be surprised. And you may be wondering why she is into people who have done terrible things. Her own words is that they aren't free, like prisoners aren't free to go and find other people, so like they're not gonna leave her, which I don't know what's more sad, the fact that you genuinely will give inmates the time of day, or the fact that you're so scared to like get in a relationship with someone who's like actually free and can walk outside because you know that they'll find better. Like, it's just sad.
I've never smoked hash. I'm not, and if it got to the point with me and Ash like that, I wouldn't just go. It does stink. You know, I wouldn't do that.
So that clip is really confusing because that's him talking about this whole bit that has kind of come about where Ashley has made a song dedicated to their relationship, but him saying that has got people wondering, have they even done anything? Have they even slept together? Even if they haven't slept together, I think it's weird. Why are you hanging around with a 19-year-old boy? Why are you doing that? Like, for clout or whatever? But in videos of them, like, you can see them like touching and being weird. So I don't even know what to believe, but either way, I think it's inappropriate. But everyone's saying in the comments section, did it stink? It's basically just, oh, holy shit. And this is, it's 2025. It's meant to be New Year, New Me, and this is what I'm talking about online. The did it stink thing is basically asking if her lady areas, her lady garden is at all giving smell. And she made a song about this. I'm not gonna play it, and I'm not even gonna sing it. If you want to hear the song, it's on Spotify. It's called, I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't say it. It's called Nunu by Ashley Trevino. I said it. Go check it out. Oh, don't give her money. But it is something to behold, and I have been quoting it unironically, so I mean, I am just as bad.
Or like you just like little test tape.
So this is what I mean. All right, people are coming online to defend Ashley Trevino a lot because people are being nasty to her, right? People are body shaming and being horrible to her. Obviously, I don't agree with all that. But I don't think she needs to be defended, especially not people defending her as a mum, because them having this weird relationship where there's this ongoing online joke that they've seen each other and smelt each other's is really questionable, considering he is 19 and he lied about his age, and she is 35 and has kids. She has a kid that's 15. He's 4 years older than one of her children. Like, I don't even care if they do actually do the deed. This is weird alone. It's just really strange. And she's bragged before about like her wrong relationships. Like she's dated so many people. She's dated so many people and she's dated so many inmates. And now I don't know what's worse. The fact that you've dated so many people that it's very evident you just can't hold relationships, or the fact that you choose to date people that have done criminal activity when you have kids. Like, listen, I don't agree with dating people that have done really bad things. Obviously, we're talking petty crimes. Everybody deserves a second chance. But a lot of these people that have been done for like actually bad crimes, especially crimes towards women, you're a terrible person. Like, you're fantasizing and romanticizing these prisoners that have done bad things to people when you have children, and like, why would you want to put your kids in that position? Like, what if you marry one of these people? You're marrying an ex-convict. You're marrying someone who could be a danger to your daughters. Like, what is wrong with you?
All right.
Are y'all jealous because I'm in the same room as him or what?
Do the thing. Do that.
Okay, no tongue, please. No tongue. We want the tongue in the mouth. We want it to stay in the mouth.
I mean, I seen his.
I see this Nunu is ridiculous.
No. I seen his pee and you see mine.
Nunu.
So that's the origins of the Nunu Pee song. Why have I said that? That's where it all began. And I don't know what's worse, the fact that like he doesn't look like he cares about this being a dynamic between them, or the fact that he has a kid at 19 and this is what he... Bro, go and pay child support. Go and look after your kid. Don't be hanging around with someone's mum. Like this is somebody's mother. You are hanging around and talking sexually to a woman who has a kid that is 4 years younger than you. You should be concerned. And don't get me wrong, I'm hating on Ashley because I think she's really predatory and strange. But Santos is no better. Like, he's a weirdo. He's using Ashley. Like, let's all be adults here. All right, I'm going to get called a bully. I'm going to get called mean. But Santos does not like Ashley in that way. Why would he? I'm not being... Right, look, I am being mean. New Year's resolution, guys. I'm going to stop saying it how it is. No given. Santos is not sexually attracted to Ashley. Can we all disagree that that is the case? He is using her to basically get clout, get views, get on that TikTok leaderboard. That is what's happening here. That makes him a scumbag too. That does make him a scumbag. She's a scumbag. He is also a scumbag. They're scumbags for different reasons. One is maybe worse than the other. That's up for debate. But this is the origin story of the Nunu Pee song that they have now got going on. This is potentially the weirdest lol cow I've ever looked at.
You know that's crazy that I got her like flowers buchon that says Nunu.
We saw, the whole world saw, 300,000 people saw it.
She acts like a child. She acts like a kid. If my mum was acting like this online, I would be genuinely you're a mother. Haven't you got bigger things to do? Like, your kids aren't even 18 yet. I think this would be bad enough that you were doing anyway if, like, you didn't have kids, because what about the fact that they're criminals, a lot of them? But the fact that you will do this when you have children, like, do you not have kids to be looking after? As I said before, her kids' grandparents raised her kids. automatically you failed as a mum, right? People are going to hate at me for that because they're going to be saying, well, you don't know her situation. Clearly, her situation has never been great because she's always been dating inmates. If she was struggling for other reasons, had her mum took over parenting her children, I would completely understand. Keeping kids safe is the most important thing. But I don't believe that's why your kids' grandparents were parenting your children. I think you have had different priorities and still do your entire life that don't include being a good mum. So, yeah, all this is very, very strange. I don't even know the origin stories of Santos. Maybe you guys can enlighten me if he has been to prison. I just know he's had allegations made against him that are pretty serious. She's just like, there's no better way to describe it than just a bit of an attention whore. And I use the term whore lightly. I think it's a gender neutral term. Men can be attention whores. It is just like, get a grip, go outside, take your kids on a walk, feed them or something.
I seen his pee-pee. He's seen the new.
Oh, you want to say that?
Yeah.
He's seen the new. You better stop.
Hey, so I'm gonna head out.
So that's her recording her hit song Nunu. And I got genuine like war flashbacks from saying that. I do believe, and I talk about this a lot, but saying PP and Nunu as a fully grown adult should be studied. It should be, because it's really ironic that you have an inappropriate relationship with a 19-year-old. In my eyes, that is a child. By the law, he is an adult. In my eyes, that is a child. You saying that is odd. You're already giving slightly noncy to sing the words PP and Nunu when everybody categorically knows, I don't care what people say, that those terms are what you would use to refer to your when you are a child. That's the kind of thing you say as a kid to dumb down your parts. Adults do not need to be saying that. You know the terms, mate. Well, I hope you do. I mean, you're not the brightest, I know that, but I hope you know the terms. And you should not be saying those words, okay? Please, could you stop that? You're not doing yourself any favours whatsoever. This is like giving Katie Robertson when she calls it what is it she says? A nunny. Like give it a rest. All right, what is it with these weirdos and saying these things? I don't know.
Cute.
Can you wear those while during Nunu time?
When you're around here and I'm like, eight.
Yeah. Okay.
How did it smell, Santos?
Smell like Nunu in this bitch.
You gonna come stay with me whenever you come back?
Mm-hmm.
Look, man, I don't know the obsession with them two talking about the way her smell. I think if you're that obsessed with it, maybe just go to the doctor, because I'm sensing a bit of insecurity here about having to ask over and over again if it smells. That's just really weird. Like, don't get me wrong, girl. Personal hygiene is key. Keep clean and all that shit. But the obsession is a little bit weird here. Imagine seeing your mum do this as well. Close your eyes. Everybody close your eyes. Take a moment. Imagine this is your mother on TikTok Live. You are a 13-year-old girl. Your mum, instead of being at home sat around the dinner table watching Coronation Street and eating fish and chips, she's online talking about whether her puss is smelly to a 19-year-old boy. You know, it's giving your New Year's resolution should have been like, stick to people your own age. I can't do this. This is bad parenting. I've seen other people do videos on Ashley and I've seen the comments talk about how you shouldn't be parent shaming. Fuck parent shaming, okay? Fuck parent shaming. I can't even get passionate enough about this. I hate people that talk about parent shaming. Oh, you shouldn't parent shame. Eat fucking shit, bro. Eat shit. The world is too fucking sensitive. You don't want to be parent shamed, then be a good parent, all right? I've seen so many comment sections on TikTok banging on, bleating on, rambling on about parent shaming. That's not a fucking thing, all right? Just like kink shaming. It's not a thing, all right? Shut up. Parent shaming isn't real. You're either a good parent or you're not. Yes, you shouldn't on parents for making mistakes, but that's not what parent shaming is. All right, I'm parent shaming you for going on live and speaking to children when you've got children and being sexual all the time and looking genuinely gassed that a 19-year-old is talking about your new smell. Okay, that is the definition of parent shaming content. Okay, you deserve to be parent shamed.
Santos is 22. Yes, I know. He's 22. I'm 35. Yes, he knows. I know. We know our age difference, okay?
So yeah, to begin with, it was meant to be 22. Apparently, he got exposed and it wasn't 22. He was 19. I don't know, but 19 seems to be what people are saying. It's been confirmed. So lying about your age, that's not good. And the fact that you don't even know that he was lying about his age is weirder because he looks young. And as I've said before, I think you have a responsibility to make sure that who you're seeing and who you're talking sexually to is an age you think. Now, don't get me wrong, legally the difference between 22 and 19, it's not there. There's no difference. But morally, and like, if you're normal, like that's weird. I mean, 22 is even too young. Like, just think about Ashley as a whole. She will not date anyone else that isn't a prisoner because she's scared that they'll find someone better. She's like a serial dater. She's dated over like 30 people and she dates 19-year-olds. And she's not fazed by that. You got to think about the type of person that she is to be that messed up in the head. And on top of all that, she has kids. Great parenting.
Bro, I fucking hate him.
I just don't get it. It's actually kind of sad. She must have had like a really weird upbringing because this was Christmas Day. Do you not have people to be around on Christmas Day, like your kids? You're crashing out over a teenager ditching you. What do you expect? He's a fucking teenager. This kind of crash out that you've just witnessed is what I had when I was 16 and I was talking to a boy who clearly did not want to be talking to me. Like, when you're 16, this is an appropriate reaction. Not when you're 35, lusting and thirsting over a fucking 19-year-old. It's weird. It is weird and it's sad and you need to get mental help. Genuinely, you need to get something checked.
I'm tired of people saying, like, you're 35, he's 19. Okay, but at the end of the day, like, I'm a female and he's a male. Like, there's a difference, too, on that. When you have power over somebody, you want to blame the female so much, and the female always gets blamed for everything. But what about the guy? What about the guy who has money and has everything handed to them? Why don't they get any blame?
I don't even know what she's trying to say there. I don't even see what are you saying? I feel like what she's trying to say is that although people are criticizing her for essentially being a little bit predatory, he is a man and therefore there is an automatic power imbalance, but that's not true. Like, if he was like a 14-year-old, would you say that he has power over you because he is a boy who is going to turn into a man? It doesn't make any sense whatsoever. And you could easily avoid this by just dating someone your own age, and then maybe you could play this card. But I'm not saying Santos isn't a piece of shit. From what I've seen, he doesn't seem like a great guy. He's a scumbag. I mean, he's got a kid and this is what he's doing in his spare time. He's equally as much of a scumbag, but so are you. And you are fully aware that the age difference is weird and you've got kids. I can't have a single bit of sympathy for you, genuinely, that you're bringing this on yourself. So it didn't last long anyway. They are now not together, or not together because they weren't maybe together in the first place, but they're not even seeing each other. In fact, they're publicly beefing, which who would have thought? And again, let's all consider that this woman is a mother. This is the most pathetic I've ever seen. She's basically come online to accuse Santos of SA or abuse. I don't really know the ins and outs. And it's just an insane situation. Now, listen to me carefully when I say what I'm about to say, because I don't want anyone saying that I'm victim blaming or I'm like saying she deserved it, because this is not what I'm trying to say. But there is a clip of Ashley talking about SA and abuse, and I'll show it to you because it's genuinely vile and it's one of the things that caught my attention. And I think it's important to see before you see what she's come forward about Santos and said.
You know, if you're an adult and you're gonna cry it, and you're gonna come out in the public, let it be the same year that it happened. Okay? Don't wait 11 years later.
So yeah, that is a clip of Ashley Trevino saying that if you've had some terrible thing happen to you, you should come out the year it happened, or you should shut the hell up, which is great logic, Ashley. So if you're a 3, 4, 5-year-old who has been assaulted and you only get the courage to tell your parents when you're 10, you should shut up, because why didn't you tell them the year it happened? So according to Ashley, any victim of CSA should just be quiet. If you're a child and you've been abused, shut up, all right? Shut up. I know you probably weren't of talking age yet, but you should have just told them. You should have figured out how to speak English faster, figured out how to speak any language faster, and you should have told your parents, even if you haven't learned to read, write, or speak yet. You know, it's on you at that point. So yeah, really great logic there. Again, I'm not saying that because she said this, it means something couldn't have happened to her. It's a really strange situation. I'll show you what she said about Santos, which I'm not saying I don't believe because of the allegations that have been previously made against him, but it's really funny to me how you will date these people knowing what they've done to other people and then sit there and be surprised that they've done something terrible. Again, I'm not saying that that was a deserved thing to happen to you, but it's just really strange.
Making everything. I got text messages, everything. Yeah. I have bruises on my arm right now. I don't know if y'all can see it. I have a bruise right here. But yeah, I'm not gonna play no more. Like I'm not under his spell anymore. I'm not gonna.
So yeah, it's like, I'm not saying I don't believe her, because looking at Santos's track record, I'm like, that's very much believable. I just think it's really strange to make it your whole personality that you hang around with people that have had a really bad track record, and then like this happens and it's like, are we meant to be surprised? Are we meant to be shocked? I just don't really understand. And then they took all this beef public because she claimed SA and then he claimed SA, and then they beefed about it on TikTok Live, which is so normal and definitely something you should be doing as a 35-year-old and also a 19-year-old dad. Two things that you guys should definitely not be doing. Maybe go focus on, you both have children, for Christ's sake.
You said I SA'd you?
You said that about me.
No, you said I SA'd you.
You said that about me.
Did I SA you?
Answer this. You said that about me, yes or no? You said that about me on your live. That's all you said.
Having this back and forth argument about who SA'd who is genuinely really hard to take seriously. Despite it being a serious topic and something I genuinely care about, I just see this and I just think, shut up. Like, shut up. You don't even know what you're saying. Like, there's no weight into anything both of you are saying. If you genuinely believe what you were saying, both of you, I'm sure this would not be taking place online, on a live. I don't think I've ever had anything terrible happen to me and thought, yeah, let me debate this publicly, because that's not going to make my trauma 10 times as worse. It's just a really weird thing to do. And remembering that she has a whole ass kid, 2 whole ass kids, just makes this situation even more deplorable.
Nobody knew who Santos was until Santos went live with me. Am I right or am I wrong? For the 30,000 of y'all on here. Did y'all know Santos before me? If y'all did, let me know. I didn't know Santos before me.
I don't think that's really impressive though, because I didn't know who you were until everyone in my comment section was like, guys, Katie needs to look at Ash Trevino, Katie needs to look at Ash Trevino, and here I am looking at Ash Trevino. Just because you made us aware of him, that doesn't make it good. You've made me aware of him, and I hate him, and I hate you. Like, you're both scum. You're both weird. Cool. I hate you both equally. It's not a flex that you, like, make people known. In fact, in this situation, it's the opposite. Like, it's a bad thing. It's a negative thing, and it's something you should both be embarrassed about. But something else that I'm going to focus on now that is kind of moving away from the fact that she dates inmates, she dated a 19-year-old, and that's really weird. And it kind of does link, because both of those things that I just mentioned do affect her children directly. But I also wanted to talk about her other things that she's done and show some other TikToks that really highlight her just to be a really shitty parent. And again, hold your horses if you're going to cry and say that she's trying her best. I don't care. All right, let's watch some TikToks of her being an absolute fucking weirdo.
Mac and cheese. Taylor, you better make the mac and cheese and make it real good.
Who's gonna cook?
Both of y'all?
Oh, y'all want me to cook tomorrow?
Mm-hmm. Both of y'all.
So, yeah, I mean, every time I see her, she's eating takeaway or she's ordering kids takeaway. There's actually a clip of her saying that if her kids get hungry, she'll just give her kids her card and they can order food. And look, again, I don't necessarily think this is the biggest deal, but what I would say is the fact that like you're acting shocked that your kids are being like, hey, you could cook a meal is very telling. And it's not even like she's been looking after her kids for her whole life. So it's like, oh, I'm just tired being a parent. Like, I want my kids to have a takeaway every now and then. You didn't even look after your children for half of your life. Like, your parents looked after your kids. So, like, now that you've finally got a relationship with your kids, all you do is sit on live, talk to inmates, talk to 19-year-olds, and buy takeaway food and talk in front of your kids. Like, that's all you do as a parent. Like, the least you could do is make them mac and cheese.
Guys, my daughter dyed her hair red. Look. You want to show them? You look cute. Right there. Girl, you look cute. You're pretty. Show your face, girl. Show your face. No. Look how cute you are. Show your face. And that's my baby. She got her hair red. She went red on me.
Now, everyone was saying, this is actually really cute. I don't know why you guys are hating. Like, she's calling her daughter beautiful and making her show her face. Yeah, it would be cute, I guess, if, for a start, she hadn't said, like in a previous TikTok, that she tries to protect her kids by not showing them. I don't know. I personally think showing your, like, very young kids on TikTok live is just not really a wise move, but that is definitely opinion based. It's not anyone else's decision other than their decision to choose to be on live with their mum, but I personally think that encouraging your kid to show their face on your live is a little bit weird, especially considering you are a lol cow and people don't like you.
And y'all are really trying to get my kids taken from me, and it's not gonna happen. Do you know how many CPS cases I've had on me in the last 4 months, and I still have custody of my kids? Like, you do understand when you call CPS, you have to have actual proof that they're in an unfit condition, right? Like, you really have to have proof that my kids are really being not taken care of. You do understand that, right? For those of y'all that love to call CPS on me, y'all do understand. You have to have proof that my kids are in harm's way, my kids are this, my kids are that, y'all really have to have proof.
I mean, yeah, like, I guess this is one of those things where it's like, okay, you haven't had your kids taken off you, so maybe they don't have enough evidence to prove that you are abusive or neglectful, but I definitely would say that you are not fit to be a mum. I just don't really think you are. Like, the inmate thing alone is really, really concerning and proves your priorities are really messed up. But, like, every clip I see of her, you don't act like their mum. You may not be an abusive mum, but you're definitely not a good mum. Like, objectively, you're not a good mum. And I think a lot of people like to say it's subjective, but I would like to hear people's opinion who think she is a good mother. Like, I would like to hear you explain why you think she's a good mother, because all the evidence suggests she is just not. Her priorities are messed up. She's more like a sibling. It's like a sibling that, like, kind of takes care of them. Like, that's the way I view Ashley with her kids.
And to be honest, I've never lived with my kids alone. I'm learning how to do all that. And I get talked down about because I'm not a good mom, I'm not this, I'm not that. I'm not a bad mom. I'm just learning how to take care of my kids on my own. I've never done that. I've always had my parents help.
So many people, like, don't have parents and have to look after their kids themselves. I'm not saying getting help from your parents is a bad thing, but the fact that your kids literally lived with your parents for a long time is it's just telling. Like, I get there are situations, I think, where it may be needed to happen occasionally, temporary, if the kid's not if it's not a safe environment, or like you just need some help so your kids stay at your parents. Like, I get it. But, like, you saying that you're 35, your oldest is 15, and they've never lived with you properly until now is just, it tells me everything I need to know. I don't get why there's an argument about this. You've not been a good mum. You may be trying now, but from the evidence I've seen, you're not trying hard enough, because if you were, you would focus on your kids and not who you're seeing or what inmate you're seeing or what 19-year-old boy you're seeing. Anyway, I actually can't do this anymore. I've done this for 45 minutes. I will look more into Ashley Trevino. If you want me to look at her more, deep dive into her lore a little bit more, comment down below anything that I missed, any big arcs of hers, any big pieces of information that I may have missed out, and I'll do another video looking at her, because I am looking to upload a lot more this January. So let me know what I missed, any information I missed, anything about her you want me to look at and judge her for, and I will do that very, very shortly. Thank you very much for watching, and before we end the video, I'd just like to say, if you have been watching me before this video, then you will know that recently I did hit 100k. I don't even know where to begin. I said this before on my Instagram. I'm very, very grateful to you guys. 100k is absolutely insane. When I first began, I genuinely never believed that I would get to 100k. It was never an option for me in my brain, and the fact that you guys care enough to hear me chat shit with all unorganized, messy, kind of sloppy videos is absolutely insane. But nevertheless, I'm really grateful to you guys. Yeah, there's not really any words I can put into it. Just thank you so much. If you are new here, really great to have you like and subscribe. And look, I can't do that. I can't say that. It just sounds cringe. But if you did like the video, you might as well like it. If you do want to see more, you might as well subscribe. See you later.